get him, G.
Hey, thanks for everybody coming out today. I can't continue without thanking the late night sentries. And you know who you are. I mean, we got in touch with the underbelly here in the Bellingham, and I can't thank Evan enough. I mean, it was really an experience, and maybe you relate to it, consciously someday. But those cold, wet nights were something that I'll never forget. But we accomplished actually more than that. Riley, thank you. He kept us awake. Riley Market from Public Market. So hit that Public Market and ask for Riley. And Wyoming, we solved global warming as well as the Iraq hydrocarbon law last night. That was a good thing, just to stay awake. And Nancy King and Jim and Deb Hanrahan. I'm going to forget the rest of the folks because I'm a little nervous right now. But anyway, it was fun. And just to get on to Evan. Evan last night actually had the nerve to apologize to me. I'm going to put it in his words. He said, for 5 or 6 years of constant activism we've been engaged in, and the toll it's taken on all of us, on our family lives, on our daily lives, the effect it's had on our marriages, on our families, and you know what? I had all night last night to think about that. Right here on the sidewalk, as a matter of fact. I think it's almost laughable, if not absurd. There isn't a peace activist here, if that's what you can call, if that's what we can call ourselves, or anywhere else that thinks we've done enough, or else the killing would have stopped by now. Amen. We're so sorry, Evan. There isn't a day that goes by that I haven't felt like asking for my own son's forgiveness for not being able to stop his second stop-lost deployment to Iraq. I wish I could have. Damn, I tried. In fact, I think many of us here are suffering from what you could call a PCSD, a Peace Coalition Stress Disorder. We've been living with it we'll be living with it for however much time we have left. When our grandkids ask us what we did to stop the bleeding, we'll no doubt think of Jonathan Santos and Aaron Reed and the countless other Iraqi civilians and U.S. casualties. And we would all wish that we could have done more. And in fact, wonder if we could have done more. That's part of the syndrome. But what's more important here today, Evan, is to thank you. I don't think an apology is appropriate. I want to thank you, as well as my son, for joining the ranks of the Aaron Watadas, the Camilo Maías, the Augusto Aguayos, and the countless other Iraq vets that are returning by the thousands, speaking out against this conflict. You're joining those ranks on the tip of another spear, a lance that's going to be thrust deep into the heart of this country's deadly propensity for war for profit. The returning vets and the peace activists are making a difference. There is hope. We all have to know that. This true coalition of the willing ended the Vietnam debacle. Some of us here remember that. We will continue to second-guess ourselves. That's natural, in spite of the overwhelming opposition of politicians that keep the war machine funded. The Larsons and the Cantwells and the Murrays now own this war, if only for their continued silence. But we will prevail. This will never be our war. Years from now I can say that. This will never be our war. No, Evan, I cannot accept your apology. I will not accept your apology. I wish I could have done as much as you have done what seems like now 100 years ago. Thanks a lot, Evan.